about 2012, I was introduced to adaptive surfing. And, through all my years of participating in sports and having to use adaptations to get back to enjoying them, there really hasn't been one that has been as freeing as surfing has been.
All right, clear.
What's up? So here we are. We're coming up on Lake Tahoe, just departed Truckee, California. I've got backseat Roy Tuscany. Roy is, as I like to say, a life crusher. For an athlete who's been through a lot in his life, to keep the PMA that he's got and to spread that is always super admirable. And I'm going to let Roy just kind of introduce himself, and we're going to get into some things that Roy's up to here on the lake.
Yeah, everybody, how we doing today? What a seat for a podcast. I've been on a couple podcasts here and there throughout the last couple of years, and I'll tell you what, none have come with a seat like this. We are approaching one of my favorite places in the world, Lake Tahoe, the most beautiful lake in all the land, where we'll chat about what we've been recently doing there. But, as Mike said, man, I'm a purveyor of stoke, a purveyor of positivity, and I've used my life journey to kind of serve others. I fell into some hardship about 18 years ago, and instead of allowing that to define me in a negative way, I allowed it to define me in a positive way. Look at the color of the lake today. Oh my God.
Well, I'm super stoked to have you along. Talk a little bit about just, from your early days and what happened to you and what has set you in this position and the things that you're doing now.
Yeah, so I grew up in Vermont, grew up an only child who found a love for skiing at a young age, and I got involved through a after-school program. Luckily, this spot, Fulton Valley, had night skiing, and every Wednesday I'd go up skiing, and that moment kind of dictated the course of my life. I made every decision based upon what was next in the world, by how could I ski more. And throughout high school and then college at the University of Vermont, graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering and a mathematics minor. I said, hey, I've put enough into this. Let's go be a ski bum for a little bit. And came out here to Tahoe and got a dream job. I was the head assistant coach for the Sugar Bowl freeride team, and got to ski along my childhood hero of Eric Delorier, and get to meet rad people like Sean Carey and Jeff Robertson and Anik Demirs. And I skied every day for 2 years. It was rad. And then in April of 2006, I was at Mammoth Mountain in the Unbound Terrain Park. There was a 100-foot step up that I decided to go 130 feet on. Came down from 30 feet in the air. The resultant impact into the snow, burst fractured my T12 vertebrae into my spine, and I got life flighted to Reno and had emergency surgery to kind of put me back together like old Humpty Dumpty. And, from there, that started this journey, a journey of recovery through a spinal cord injury, but then a journey of rebirth through the foundational forming of High Fives Foundation.
That's so rad. And taking a life-altering experience like that, I mean, you were basically paraplegic, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I was in a bad place, and for the next 2 years, I used a wheelchair as my main form of transportation. And, there's some complications and, bad advice from some medical folks. I ended up kind of staying in it a lot longer than was originally predicted. And, life will never be the same, but it can still be awesome. It doesn't matter, if you're walking or if you're using an adaptive device or a wheelchair to get around. It's really your mindset.
I was pushed through a plate glass window when I was 12, 7 tendons, artery, nerve. I got half a numb hand, and just injury that changes things for your life. My mom is a traumatic brain injury survivor. She was in a car accident, multi-days in a coma. Still struggles daily with that. I have a cousin, Jeff Peasley, out of Duluth, Minnesota, motorcycle crash, quadriplegic. He actually passed away just last year. And to see and hear stories like yours of what you do to just, do what you can and deal the cards you're dealt and have that insane PMA is like beyond motivational and inspirational. It's very, very cool.
Yo, thank you so much, man. And I didn't know all that backstory, and I think that's what's really cool when you start to share things with people. You get to find commonalities beyond just how you know each other, and then you start to figure out, okay, cool, like this person understands. They've gone through a life-changing injury, with the amount of damage that was done to your body from the glass plate window. Seeing it firsthand with your mom, seeing it firsthand from a loved one, and then also having a family member sustain these types of injuries. Until you've had one, it really doesn't allow you to understand the darkness that can come about with it. And I think like one of the things we've done different at High Fives is like we really try to give someone an identity right out of the door. And so many people use the term life-changing, handicapped, disabled, adaptive. We like to call people athletes.
Yeah.
So High Fives Foundation, in 2009, as I had gotten back to a great place in my own recovery from amazing support from the community of Vermont, where I'm from, and then also the Sugar Bowl Academy in Tahoe, it kind of hit me that I needed to pay it forward. I was super lucky. I fell into some shoes that obviously didn't seem great, but the thing that I did find is that I had a great community around me. And so 2009 launched the idea of High Fives Foundation. When I first started, the goal was one athlete a year, one individual that would sustain a life-changing injury and get them back to the sports they love. Because over the last 15 years, what I've realized is that, community is a byproduct of sport. When you find people in sport, you create community. And so when someone has a life-changing injury, let's give them that identity of being an athlete, calling them an athlete, not a grantee, an awardee, or a recipient.
Yep.
And then use the idea of sports, especially where we live here in Lake Tahoe. We're in the backdrop of, some of the best playgrounds for mountain biking, skiing, fishing, getting up on the lake and going surfing or wakeboarding or water skiing or tubing. But, High Fives is really embarked on, using the outdoors as a way to create community through sport.
As we're over Lake Tahoe here, you've got some special stuff going on. You were telling me, I know you've been tackling surf, but being able to do it at home is something special. Give me kind of your lowdown on what's going on. And
about 2012, I was introduced to adaptive surfing. And, through all my years of participating in sports and having to use adaptations to get back to enjoying them, there really hasn't been one that has been as freeing as surfing has been. You get to leave all the devices behind on the beach, get out in the ocean, and really kind of pick your own destiny as, waves come in, the community's out there, your friends are there. One piece of equipment is all you really need, a surfboard that's built and designed in a way to allow your, physical disabilities to go away and your ability to surf to show up. And, it's been a really fun journey, but the one thing that's always been an issue is, surfing can't really be done here in Lake Tahoe. We've been all over the world, and, through the growth of the program and the opportunities we've given, the number of impacts that we've done, we really have found a home now on Lake Tahoe due to Mastercraft. Our good friends at Mastercraft came about and gave us the opportunity to embark on something, giving us the trust to show them our idea, and then really investing by giving us access, the keys to a brand new Mastercraft X24. We are launching, and we've already launched. We've had over 10 days already of introducing wake surfing to individuals with disabilities. I think we were the first boat on the lake in May. We were so eager to get this program going.
I love that.
Day one, I think water temp was about 47 degrees.
I think I remember you saying that. It was
the winds alone made it probably 35 degrees.
Oh man, that's so brutal, but so cool.
But we actually just embarked on a really cool conversation with Soulcraft yesterday, who are going to bring up their head shapers to the lake at the end of the month, go out on the boat, and really try to help us create not just prototypes, but retail level adaptive wake surfing boards for us to utilize, and then get to share with the world. I mean, is this real life right now as we go over Emerald? I mean, come on, look at this. People are dying to see those waterfalls, to see this view, to see this island, and all we have to do is look in 180 degrees and we get to see it all. Oh my God, Mike, this can't be real. This is unbelievable. We should go try to find the elephant that's buried outside, that's in the lake outside of Thunderbird Lodge.
So somebody was talking about the elephants the other day. What was I talking? Maybe it was my daughter.
My son just recently learned the story and re-engaged the history of it. But the gentleman who owned the Thunderbird Lodge at one time was trying to turn it into a zoo, and he used to actually drive around the lake with a tiger in his car.
God, that's nuts.
And he was flying an elephant in, and the elephant and the plane crashed, and the elephant's skeleton is still in remains, pretty well together, at the bottom of our lake here. Let's see if we can look this up while we talk.
Yeah, some internet homework.
Some internet homework, a little bit of information. Yeah, I think the guy's name was George Whittle.
Okay.
Is what I'm guessing from what he is. Yeah, right here, here's the story. The accidental conservative. Yeah, he's got pictures of him with lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
What years did this happen? When was this?
It looks like the late 1800s.
Okay, crazy.
Mingo is one of Whittle's top 2 pet elephants because when Whittle planned to fly Mingo to and from the Bay Area by seaplane.
Wait a minute, so if he's flying by seaplane, this was 1800s. Were there even seaplanes then?
No, so my time's off. That's when the lodge was originally built.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, he would travel with this elephant. He had 2 pet elephants. Planned to fly Mingo to and from the Bay Area by seaplane, and that seaplane crashed twice in Lake Tahoe.
Oh God!
It has been long rumored that Mingo is at the bottom of the lake. Oh, look at this! Look at this! It has been long rumored that Mingo is at the bottom of the lake. This is not true.
Okay, so it's a rumor.
It was a rumor, as Mingo was not aboard, and both times the plane crashed near Seine Harbor, was hauled ashore and repaired to fly again.
Okay.
They crashed the plane twice into Lake Tahoe, pulled it out, repaired it, and flew it many more times after that. But the truth of the matter is, Mingo, the elephant, was actually never in the plane, and there actually isn't an elephant skeleton in the base of the lake.
Oh, man.
Ah, man. And like you said, going back to why we're up here chatting, this is why I'm so excited to be bringing the surf program, the adaptive wake surf program to Lake Tahoe, because, we live in this beautiful place, and the access that we're able to provide, not just from a sport side of things with this boat from Mastercraft, but it's also just the views and the opportunity to experience this body of lake for folks that all have some type of deficiency in mobility, and maybe paddleboarding, maybe kayaking isn't an option for them, but getting onto a boat is, and getting that opportunity to share this beautiful body of water with those individuals is just, it's amazing. I mean, I've been excited this whole time, and I'm feeling my heart. I go to therapy, and one of the things my therapist and I have talked a lot about is what are the physical body things that you feel when you actually have emotions? And my heart swells. It actually does. And my heart swells when I'm really, really happy. And right now, my heart is so swollen outward from this experience with you, thinking about the wake surf program, seeing the beauty of the lake, and man, I love this so much. I can't get over how much I love this.
I mean, nothing's going to close this Backseat story up better than that. And dude, you are one of the best human beings on this planet. Man, no place I'd rather be.
Yeah,
hanging out on the plane with you, man.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I'm still here. We go back to those houses that you rarely get to see, but oh my God, if you have one of these houses and you're listening to this podcast, I am telling you, you need to wake up every day smile, drink a cup of coffee, or have your whatever morning drink and just take in the biggest breath and say, I am so lucky. Yep, okay, so see that red building right over there? It's going to be right off the shore of that, so I think I actually can see it. I can. There's our tan. It's a matte tan. It's the most beautiful boat. X24 Mastercraft. It's tan with black accents. It throws up one of the best waves I've ever surfed in my life.
The one that's kind of sitting in the center of the buoys?
Yep, there it is right there.
Beautiful. Gonna try to go right over it if we can without...
Yeah, there's our boat. Yeah, there she is.
This one right here, right? Beauty.
Boom. Wow.
Surfboard's up top.
Surfboard's up top. Wow, that's so sick.
So cool.
And these guys over here, these guys are world-class. Tahoe Vista Marina. They're the ones who set it up for us. They're a Mastercraft dealer, but the way they treat their customers is just, I hope everybody on the lake treats their customers the way Tahoe Vista Marina does.